Hey, what's up everybody? This is Jesse. You're watching JL's Comics. Thanks for either coming back again or stopping by for the first time. Today we're going to talk about Wonder Woman 84, the next Wonder Woman movie, and a movie that is going to be coming up very quickly on the DC cinematic slate. The other thing I want to mention is that this video will potentially contain some spoilers for the film, so if you don't want to be spoiled or know any details, put this in your watch later list, come back in autumn of 2020, and we can talk about this some more. If not, let's jump right into it. In October of 2018, Warner announced that the film's release date was pushed from November of 2019 to June 5th, 2020. It's actually a good move to not only make it a super blockbuster for the summer, but also give Joaquin Phoenix's October 2019 Joker film some time to breathe. In June 2019, new posters released that calls back to the gold-plated armor of Wonder Woman in Kingdom Come, which is a really fantastic Elseworld story that I highly recommend you read. This is Patty Jenkins' second outing as Wonder Woman director, and Jeff Johns was helping on scripting duties as well. After 6 months of principal filming, the film entered post at the end of December 2018. It's over 1,000 people for the cast that filmed over a half a year in multiple locations in multiple countries: England, Spain, the United States, and the Canary Islands. We also know that Hans Zimmer is composing the film score. I'm really excited about that. On June 5th, Patty Jenkins sent out a tweet. Here's what she said. "By now you've heard, WB isn't going to Hall H this year. We're so sad to miss you there and waiting until December to start our official WW84 campaign in full. But the truth is we can just barely wait." And a poster dropped at the same time. So what she's saying is that Warner is not going to go to San Diego Comic-Con for 2019 and have a big presentation at Hall H. WB TV will be there. WB will be at a booth. DC will be at a booth with Warner, but they're not going to have a proper Hall H presentation. A lot of others have dropped out in terms of those presentations where they do a lot of releases and announcements. But like I said, WB TV will be there. But as you can see from the title and the film itself, as well as the technology designs and the costuming and things that we've seen, WW84 takes place in 1984 in the United States. In the film, Wonder Woman is somehow tasked with taking down a Soviet spy. Some of the imagery evoke this time period and also that of George Orwell's Big Brother story in his book 1984, which I think in some capacity will play into the Wonder Woman story. The 1984 date is by design. Allegedly, this is somewhat of a soft reboot from BVS and Justice League in a sense, but not entirely. So in those movies, her identity was a big secret. Ben Affleck's Batman first contacted her. He knew her big secret. She was working at the Louvre. But here in this movie, apparently her identity is not as big of a secret. So it's not necessarily a sequel. It's just an entirely new adventure. And that's something that they're doing with the Suicide Squad as well. It's the next movie in the sequence, but it's a whole new story. It's not a proper sequel per se. Gal Gadot is back as Wonder Woman, of course, along with Kristen Wiig as Dr. Barbara Ann Minerva with her nom de guerre Cheetah. Robin Wright and Connie Nielsen will be reprising their roles from the first film. Wright confirmed her return as Antiope during an interview with Net-a-Porter, revealing that she and Nielsen filmed what they call the flashback sequence for the movie in Spain. Pedro Pascal was an 80s business mogul, and here's another rumor: a god in disguise. Patty Jenkins released this image, which makes him look very art of the deal. This god in disguise trope is one that Jenkins used in the first Wonder Woman movie with Ares and the God of War. We also have, interestingly, Chris Pine returning as Steve Trevor. How? Didn't he die in a plane? In comic books, Steve Trevor has died and come back multiple times, so to hear it happening in this film is not too out of the scope of his source material. But is it the Lazarus Pit? Is he a clone? Is this Steve the son of a World War I Steve? Lyle Wagner played Dad Steve and Son Steve alongside Linda Carter in the 1970s series, but here's the current rumor, courtesy of that hashtag show. So listen to this, but do so with a massive grain of salt, because this is firmly in the rumor category, unconfirmed, and really impossible to confirm fully at this point. So here we go. Pedro Pascal is playing a DC Comics villain named Maxwell Lord. In this story, Maxwell is able to grant wishes. He's like a genie. Some say he got these artifacts. He was out hunting mythological, magical artifacts, and he found some that were able to grant wishes. And it's Maxwell that gives Minerva her cheetah powers. And it's Maxwell who grants Wonder Woman's wish for Steve Trevor to return. So there you have it, the method by which Steve Trevor returns from World War I era to 1984. And that's basically all we know. We do know Patty Jenkins is already working on the third script for the third movie in her trilogy, where one was set in World War I, two set, of course, in Cold War 80s. Third of the trilogy will be what's described as a contemporary piece, meaning that will be set here in the present day. She said, "I'm not planning to put it in the past again because where are you going to go? You have to go forward. It's definitely a contemporary story. That's all I can say. Where we put it and how that gets figured out, I haven't totally nailed down." So there you go. That's everything that we know, whether it is plots, information, casting, or imagery. And I will continue to let you guys know as things come out, as we get closer to what she said was the full ramp up of the marketing campaign in December of 2019. So we do have a few more months to go. But if you learn anything, if there's any questions, anything that you would like me to cover, definitely leave that down in the comment section. I'd be happy to go over that and continue the conversation down there with you guys. And if you haven't already done so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We do upload weekly comic book, superhero, anime, film content every week, along with a weekly live show on every Thursday evening. And that is it, my friends. This is Jesse with JLS Comics, and I'll see you soon.